Hello baby gangsters, this is Calvin, also known as Wormer, and this is my first ever playthrough of the 100 Line Last Defense Academy, and it is that time again, it seems. Nighttime. In the end, we didn't come to any conclusions today either, and as always, we didn't hear anything from the satellite. At this rate, please someone tell me if we keep protecting the school, everything will be fine, right? And again, this is the one thing again, it's all these thoughts going through everyone's head right now. The doubts. It's not true that we're going to die in the end, is it? Somebody, anyone tell me it's not the uncertainty, like it's the same thing with Gaku screaming up to the sky. Like, everything kind of was held in place together by everyone being together, everyone supporting each other to the extent that they were. It took time for everyone to support each other. But also everything was held together with like shoestring and glue. You know what I mean? And it's one of these moments, and all it takes was one of these moments of someone sowing doubt in your head to kind of take you out of that tunnel vision of like, not tunnel vision, because they're always thinking about what was happening around them. But you know what I mean? Like, there was always that hope in the end. And that I feel like that hope that they had that everything was going to be okay in the end was held together with shoestring and glue. And now it's kind of like someone shakes those foundations and ruins that. Him? Who's him? The apparition. He said he was an invader, so then he is an ally? If he is, maybe he can tell me something. I wonder if he knows anything. Okay, but I don't know how I can see him or even where to find him. If you're really on our side, then show yourself again and tell me. And this time, it's so interesting. Like, we went from like being terrified of him, probably still a little bit scared of him, to like begging him to show up. Tell me how I should get through our final days in the school. Of course, nobody answered my whining pleas. So it seems him showing up is conditional. The night grew deeper and eventually I fell asleep. He doesn't just show up on request day 90. We're in the last 10 days. Oh my freaking god, I'm so scared. The last 10 days. Oh.
Up and out of troops, time to rise and shine.
But there's no, is it just because they were never like, wait, is there no? No, Hiroko's there. Sorry, I was like, there's no Hiroko. It's just Hiroko's up there in the corner. Really pretty like stuff here, right? I'd love like a sticker of these. They're really nice.
Wowee! It's your 90th day of active service here at Last Defense Academy.
I'm so scared.
The time humanity has longed for is almost upon us. We're really in the home stretch now.
Yeah. These are all adorable, by the way, every sticker. Like, look at even like Shoma's one is really adorable. It's like a baby. And I love Gaku's one as well.
It's been a long and arduous road. But since you've made it this far, I just know you're gonna be fine.
Probably not the reassurance we need from this automated message.
In 10 days, you'll have your happy ending. And all of you will become the heroes who saved humanity.
So vague, right? Happy ending.
Well then, everyone work hard together and keep those spirits up.
So vague. Forget victory, we're still wondering if we should keep fighting. Guess I'll go to the cafeteria, we need to have another discussion soon. I wonder if things have gotten any easier. I wonder if anyone's ready to discuss things. It would make sense if people weren't. Nobody's here, literally nobody is here. Not a soul. That's a good sign in a way. That means everyone's like probably ready to talk, maybe? Yes. Wait, there's only 3 people here though. Wait. Where's everyone else? Are they gonna show up maybe over time? So everyone's not in the cafeteria at once. It's just the 3 people at the moment. Ima, Kako, and Nozomi. When I got to the cafeteria, Nozomi and the Tsukumo twins were there. Is nobody else coming today? Seems so. Everyone is understandably conflicted. We didn't even see no one's faces though, right?
Yeah.
This whole back and forth of whether or not to fight makes me feel like we've gone back to square one in the final hour. Yeah, it's like a reflection of the first 10 days. Well, it's what you expect after being forced to fight a war without knowing why. I wish Ray would have told us. Yeah, honestly. Should we surrender? I really don't know. I don't really understand the value of this planet anymore either. What is everyone doing? The enemy's all attack could come any second now. They might need more time to organize their thoughts. No matter how much time they spend thinking, we still only have one choice, right? We're the only ones who can protect Earth and humanity. I know, but I understand why everyone's feeling conflicted. Just like the other day, every other day, there's been no word from the artificial satellite. I do think it would help firm everyone's resolve if we heard from them. But if we let the enemy's words mislead us and run from the fight, then everything we've been through will all be for nothing. And that's the thing, I don't trust the enemy that, like, as far as I can throw them. I'm with Takumi as he says, like, you get why people will be conflicted. It's a weird situation. Roko's death? And the loss of my body too, yes, 100%. Everything. That's right, all of it, everything. The death of Nozomi's mother and feels. I just think, like, you know, it's like, you can see it as less than, but like losing, you know, your whole physical appearance and who you are, you know, it can be a big deal too. Like, of course it can. The enemy made that proposal precisely to throw us into this confusion. That could be a good theory, right? Because as I said, like, that hope that we had was held together with like shoestring and glue, and it feels like they did a lot to undo that. By doubting ourselves, we're playing right into their hands. It's okay. I'm sure everyone knows that, but it's going to take some time to accept it. Just trust them and hold on for a little longer. I feel like the others are avoiding me because they probably know you're so steadfast into doing one option. They probably don't want to upset you as well. Ever since yesterday, whenever I tried to talk to one, they won't even look at me in the eye. Whoa. I can only assume I've done something to offend them. No, I genuinely, again, my assumption is that it's probably because, like, you know, you're so steadfast in one direction. You probably just imagine things overthinking it. Hope you're right.
Hey.
Well, sorry to interrupt you two, but we have an errand to run, so we're taking off. The two of you? Breakfast is all done anyway. I made an eel and custard cream. Okay, nice. Whatever you want. An errand?
Oh.
I have a case I need to solve. As a detective. For real?
Huh?
A case?
Uh-huh.
I'll be helping out. I'm the brilliant, talented assistant to the world's cutest detective after all. It's so funny that, like, at the start of the playthrough, it was always just like, you know, his supportiveness felt very smothering, and now it's kind of like, okay, you know, it's kind of adorable, you know what I mean? Well then, we're off to investigate, so excuse us. Once we solve the case, we'll get everyone together. So they're trying to figure something out with this. With those mysterious words, Kako and Ima left the cafeteria.
Huh?
What are they talking about? What do they mean by case? Interesting. Left behind, Nozomi and I finished a light breakfast without saying much. Then we both returned to our rooms. Are we getting more free time now? Even though there was only 10 days after, our team was more disjointed than ever? Well, I get why everyone feels lost. On top of being anxious about the impending attack, we're also told we die if we manage to survive the final battle. And no one from the satellite ever reaches out, as if we've been forsaken.
Hey!
That's how Gaku's feeling for sure, right? And he's kind of expressed that in a very heartbreaking way. Something really has to change soon. Free time. Yeah, it's a difficult situation. I think they like because I thought like, oh, everyone's gonna talk now, you know, everyone's like not in the rooms. But I think what they actually did was actually pretty incredible too, which is showing that no one even wants to look at each other right now because they're worried about like what someone might think of them or whatever, you know. At least that's what I see. It's like there's maybe that, and there's also this idea of like, you know, there's probably a feeling of like wanting to be alone right now because like everything's so anxious. Some people are like that, but I think in this situation, it's also like, you know, you're thinking about it yourself, and then like, there's always already so much pressure on you. Maybe they think like if we talk to Nozomi more, she's gonna put more pressure on us, unintentionally so. Let's see what potions we can make, by the way. We need to build up our science first of all. So should we try to do that? We need to build up our math and gym as well to get another desperation potion. I think this is probably like the most important thing. Actually. Desperation potions. I think we do a desperation potion. So let's try and build up our math in our gym then. That's fine. So, who is with us right now that we can talk to? I know Takamoto is available to talk to for, and that's math, right? So Eito and Takamoto are both available to talk. Should we buy a present for one of them, maybe? Let's see. Strengthen that feeling with them, I guess. What did they say in their report cards, by the way? Report cards. Great. So with math, we're very far off. With gym, we're pretty far off as well. So that's the next thing I want to build up. So I guess we can talk to Eito and... yeah. So, okay. So he likes the tiger helmet. He likes vehicle clothes and vehicle accessories. And Eito likes books. Eito likes books. Let's work on Eito for a bit. A book cover? So let's just hold on a second here. Category books. So we don't know exactly what like type of books he likes, but I'm pretty sure with Ato we could probably figure it out. Basic journal, graphic novel set. Ooh la la. Occult magazine. Factory photo book. History of mankind. A 5-star novel, I think, right? But he likes. Yeah, I think we could try this, right? But he kind of likes straightforward books, I guess. What we could do is, okay, and I have no problem doing this, like, because we're coming into the final stages of this game, like, so, like, maybe it might be a good idea to do this. You know what I mean? I'm gonna save scum. I'm gonna save scum, and honestly, we could just give her History of Mankind. What am I talking about? You can give people the same presents, and it actually works out. That is math, isn't it? I think so.
You truly understand me, Takumi.
Nice. Okay, great. But is it? I think it might be some diminishing returns. It could be. It could be diminishing returns. So let's see where we are now with that now. With Ato. Huh. Yeah, it's not going up by a lot, so maybe we just talk to them to find out more stuff that they would like as well. Because it might just be, because if we have other stuff than books, it would actually help us out quite a bit too. Are they around? So we have Gaku. Oh, we can talk to Nozomi as well, yeah. Do we get a present for Nozomi? Do we know a lot of, what do we know about Nozomi? Third items, we don't know. Have we even talked to Nozomi yet? What the hell? Are you kidding me? That's weird. I feel like I would have talked to Nozomi by now, but I guess like we haven't. Guess we've been very busy. She seems like a character we would have talked to right away, right? Oh, Gaku's still screaming over there, the poor boy. Talking to Nozomi. You seem like you're having fun, Nozomi. What are you up to? I was just watering and fertilizing these flowers. Okay, that's good, very therapeutic. She's a lovely smile. Flowers are so cute, just looking at them is enough to put a smile on my face. Yeah, look, it's so cheerful. The sight of Nozomi's giggling and as she watered the flowers was far cuter than the flowers themselves. Your experience unlocked the word cute. Okay, so she likes cute things, and her calculation went up by 6. She likes cute things. Well, we don't have many days left to build up some stuff here.
At ease, soldiers. The countdown begins.
Oh my god, it
Just
seems
a
like it's
bit
changing
longer
every
until
day.
It's all over. I'm fully confident you'll pull through, but don't let your guard down now. The enemy is sure to attack us if their lives depend on it. So be sure to rest when you can. That's all, folks. Good night.
The announcement changed. Well, whatever. He's right about the end coming soon. We're so close to being done. We'll get through this, right? Asking ourselves this question again. In the end, I spent my 19th evening in the school still plagued by the vague sense of unease. Whoa.
Huh?
Wait. Is this our current outfit?
Taki, you're
No, it's
awake.
Katawa. I was thinking, I was like, is that Nozomi? I wonder what's Katawa. Where are we?
Where am I?
Yeah.
Is this a hospital
No
room?
way. Is he seen like...
Taki, you've been asleep for so long. It's already been a week.
When did... Like, I love these scenes.
week.
When did this happen?
Yeah, when the alarm went off, you went down that manhole
No.
to take cover with me.
Is he getting a vision because that he never went to the last Defense Academy?
When we got out, you got startled by a dog and missed your step.
Oh my god, that moment.
You fell down and hit your head, and you've been unconscious ever since.
That's terrifying if that actually happened, but I don't think that happened. I think he's maybe like wishful thinking here a little bit.
Unconscious. Ever since?
But thank goodness you're awake now. Welcome back, Taki.
This feels so weird, doesn't it? It feels so weird. The tears in her eyes, though.
So, It was all a dream?
Oh my god.
All of it?
Imagine the relief if this was actually true. Imagine the relief you would have.
A dream?
Yeah. I was having the weirdest
Do
dream.
you hear like the tone of his voice even like, you know? Exasperated, tired.
Someone took me to this strange school. Not here in the complex, but up on the surface. I was forced to fight these freaky monsters.
What?
Forget about it. I'm just glad it wasn't real.
Oh my god, you can hear like the relief in his voice as well. For frick's sake, man.
Right. It was all a dream. Oh, thank goodness for that.
Because I was so happy if this was the case, right? If this was the case for all of them, every character. But then again, like some of them are gonna have to return to bad lives as well, and lives that like are very stressful too. Like of course everyone has their own things, but like you know, just that they'd be safe and not, you know. But then again, safe is a relative word as well for a lot of those characters too. It's hard, but like I'm just like it's. You can hear in his voice how relieved he is.
I am so relieved
Yeah.
it was only a dream.
Oh my god, Takumi.
It's going to be okay, Taki.
Oh, there's a.
I don't know
Oh
what
my
happened,
god.
but
It's like warping.
I'm always by your side. You know that, right? Just like you always protect me. I'll be sure to protect you. Taki, I
What?
love you.
What? Is this something he like wanted to like
Good
hear?
morning,
You know what I mean?
troops. Rise and shine.
Obviously it's probably something you wanted to hear from Katawa. But she was about to say like I love you. It's definitely something that like, because if he's having a vision of something that he might want, which is the idea that all this was a dream, that he can like forget about this because it was a very traumatic experience. Then he's also, you know, the idea of waking up and having Katawa saying I love you as well, you know, will be a big deal for him.
It's day 91 of your service. 9 days remain
Everything's changing.
until the
Everyone
time
is a new one.
humanity has longed for is upon us. I hate to keep reminding you, but the fate of all of
Oh my
humanity
God.
rests on the shoulders of the Special Defense Unit. So work well and work together for the sake of all of mankind.
And it was a beautiful vision. It's just one of those things where like, even if it is a beautiful vision, we still have to like reckon with the fact that it's a sad vision as well. Like it's a beautiful moment that in his mind, but it's not real, you know? It's one of those things, wishful thinking. I'm back with Katawa. It was just all a dream.
It was all a dream trope, huh?
Oh my god, he sounds so upset. Well, that wouldn't have been so bad. If this stupid school and our war against the invaders really was all part of a dream, then maybe. That's the thing. It's like, yeah, it is like an old trope, like, oh, it was all a dream, you know? But many people who go through harrowing times of their life wish that was a thing, you know? I can't be wasting my time on this nonsense. I do want to say, like, the voice performance from Takumi's voice actor, they get to sometimes do some really amazing stuff. They're already, like, a very casually great, like, character. But, like...
It was all a dream trope,
You can hear, like, the exasperation, the tiredness and sadness in their voice, you know? Oh! Someone's here? I opened the door to find... Eito! Good morning, Takumi. Oh, Eito, what's up? You haven't come to the cafeteria lately, are you okay? Yes, I'm fine. Thank you for thinking of me. You're such a nice guy, Takumi. Really, just too nice. No, you're nice too. You're power and friendship. What's gone into you all of a sudden? I finally figured out the answer. I've made up my mind on what to do. And what's that? I was hoping we could all get together and discuss it. Could you come to the war room? The war room is an interesting choice. I already spoke to the others. Sure, we're meeting in the war room, you said. That's right. Okay, then I'll see you there. Okay, so we're all meeting in the war room. Okay, with that, Eito is gone. He made up his mind? It's a good opportunity to get everyone together, at least. I'd better go to the war room. You know what's so interesting about that as well? Like, actually, like, at first I was like, we're going to the war room. We usually go to the cafeteria. But, like, actually, for serious moments, I feel like we do go to the war room. And, oh, Nozomi's in the cafeteria. And I feel like the movement to the war room is intentional because that means it's serious. We can no longer just, like, talk about nothing here, you know? And we have to talk about something. Oh, talking about, did you hear? Everyone's gathering in the war room. Like, we have to, we mean business if we're in the war room. Eito said he's made up his mind about what to do. Right, we're going to need to work together to protect all of humanity and Earth. But, what is it? Nothing really. Kyosha came to call on me, and I'm a little concerned about her. I'm probably just imagining things again. More importantly, we need to hurry to the war room. So, Nozomi sped off towards the war room. What's interesting about that as well is like Nozomi's position is probably why a lot of people probably didn't want to look her in the eye as they thought about not fighting. You know what I mean? She's very much like in the position of like, oh, we're all fighting anyway, right? You know? Sure, of course we're all fighting. What's there to talk about? We're fighting, you know? She's very steadfast in her position. And it seems very unchanging, you know? I feel like it's been a while since the last time all of us were together like this. I think it was probably the last battle, right? And since we usually meet up every morning in the cafeteria and it hasn't been happening lately, it probably feels very strange, you know? Oh my god. What's the matter with everybody? Something seems off. Okay, I'll report first. No contact for the artificial satellite as usual. You're reporting? Yes, I assumed any contact would come through the war room, so I had Dorumi stationed here for the last few... Dorumi is such a team player when she needs to be. She really is. I didn't know that. But there's no news from the masterminds. I bet they abandoned us because we never started killing each other. Honestly, good point, Dorumi. Let's start, I guess. Gotta let someone live out their dream here. We want to hear from the people in the complex, not the mastermind. That doesn't change the fact that we've been abandoned. That's not true. There's no way they'd abandon us. I told you, everyone is... Give it a rest, Nozomi. I don't want to hear it from you. And this is weird from Kurata, because Kurata usually, like, supports Nozomi no matter what. Kurata, what's the matter? Yeah, she usually supports her no matter what. Hold on, may I speak briefly first? Asia raised his voice to cut through the chatter. I've had a realization. I brought you all here to tell you about it. A realization? I've been thinking non-stop for the past few days. About what's in the defense room, why the complex was evacuated, and why they haven't contacted us since. And in doing so, I became aware of a terrifying possibility. A terrifying possibility? Oh my god. So, what were our predictions? Our prediction was something that could, like, basically, like, nuke everything, right? That was our prediction. But that would be kind of like, I think that's like what probably would be everyone's assumption if it was something like that. It's either something that can like destroy all the creatures and bring everyone back home, or it's something that destroys absolutely everything and nobody's coming back home. You know, that's the way we looked at it. The vibe is nice and gloomy though. Yeah, she's very happy. At least Darumi's happy, you know? Oh wait, is everyone just going to give us like short... Let's hear what Eito has to say first. I wonder if everyone's going to... how's your detective work going actually, by the way? She's thinking about that stuff as well? Yeah. What's the matter with Kurata? Something's not right. And yes, usually she like worships the ground Nozomi walks on, you know? She loves Nozomi. Looks like Eito's got something to say. You okay, Gakko? Aren't you gonna listen to Eito? Sometimes they give tidbits, but I feel like lately they've not been like doing a lot of that. So we might just start moving on. And I think it's because things are getting so serious, right? Yeah, it's probably just because, you know, it's like you're not going to get like casual conversation out of like, the only one who you should check probably all the time is Darumi. You know what I mean? She always has something to say. What did you mean by a terrifying possibility, Eito? According to what we were told in the beginning, what's being held inside the defense room is something to save humanity from world death, right? Indeed, that is what Nigo told us. But the Supreme Commander of the Invaders called it a weapon of despair that will destroy everything. Which one could it be? Maybe it's both. Maybe it's both. The thing inside the defense room represents hope for humanity and despair for the invaders. Could it be that it's a deadly weapon with the power to wipe out all of the invaders on Earth? This is okay. But that's what I'm thinking. Could it be something that just destroys everything? Completely. Wipe them all out? Humanity intends to annihilate the invaders with that weapon to stop world death. World death will stop if you eliminate the invaders? At the very least, I think that's what humanity believes to be true, although I don't know why they think so. But wiping out all of the invaders would mean... Naturally, all other life on the planet would be consumed as collateral damage, yes. That's the thing. So that would be us. That's what I was... Yeah. But again, I don't want to make it sound like I figured, you know, this is my assumption too. I think everyone has that idea in their head at this point, right? I think all of you guys would have that idea too. The idea that like it could be like some sort of nuke or something. That's why humanity is taking shelter on the artificial satellite. What? It's true that it prevented humanity from dying out, but we're still here on Earth. Don't tell me they intend to sacrifice us too. Exactly, I think humanity is trying to wipe out all of the invaders. Even if that means we get wiped out as well. I always look back to Resident Evil and the nuking in Resident Evil, and it's just like, the people who are going to do that are doing it to contain something and get rid of something completely. Now, it doesn't always work, but in their mind, they're thinking whoever's surviving, we can't think about them. And I wonder if that's the case here as well. What? We're gonna get wiped out as well? Yeah, this is the assumption. That can't be. Enough, you can just shut up already. Huh? He's telling Nozomi to shut up as well, like she's getting very aggressive with her. But that does indeed track what the enemy Supreme Commander said. That even if we win this fight, we too will die in the end. Exactly, it fits perfectly. I don't know what kind of weapon is in the room, but it probably needs time to activate. 100 days to be exact. That's what I'm thinking, like something growing, like something charging or building up. The plan would go to waste the invaders' attack during that time, so it would require someone to protect it. We were the ones chosen for that purpose. That's insane, though, right? I think that's such an educated. I think it's like more just like a very good assumption, right? Like it is a good assumption. Like I said, like we probably all came to that conclusion. I think you guys as well probably came to that conclusion that this is something that could destroy us all. As soon as they said like they sowed that doubt in our minds. While I still think we shouldn't trust the invaders fully, I think it's only natural to jump to this conclusion. You're saying we've been risking everything to defend a weapon that's going to kill us in the end? That's probably the plan from the start. This mission is predicated on our deaths. We were destined to die from day 100, on day 100 from the very start. Quit screwing around. This shit is deranged. Why do we have to die? We're not invaders. We're humans just like the people on the satellite. What about the promise that we go home after 100 days? Was that just a lie to make us fight? Hope makes people do things. Humanity has been lying to us all this time. Again, we don't know this for sure, right? We don't know this for sure. This is an assumption, right? But if this was the case, the way, as we said before, hope motivates people sometimes even more than fear and anything else. A lie? That promise was a lie to make us fight? It's horrific, isn't it? We fought all this time believing we'd get to go home one day. Did everyone on the satellite agree to this? Mom, Dad, even Grandpa? That seems unfathomable to me. I think perhaps only higher-ups know about this. As for the other residents of the Tokyo residential complex, they may think we're already dead. That could be a possibility as well. Because here's the thing. You can't hide. We were talking about this last time. If you brought people back up to the satellite from down below, and you were like, oh, everyone's back. You know, you couldn't really come up with an excuse. You're going to have to tell the families of all those people. And there's a bunch of people in their family. There's the Osazuki family. I'm not saying there's the Osazuki family care, but there's a bunch of people in these families who are going to have to be like, wait, so they're not dead, and you sent them to fight. You know what I mean? Because already that would be a problem, you know? If I found out that you sent my child to fight in this war, I'm going to go crazy, you know? Already dead? They'd likely try to contact us if they knew we were alive, especially our loved ones. That's true. If Kato knew about such an inhumane operation, she wouldn't let this slide. And again, I want to say again, this is definitely an assumption as well, because we don't know what the contact situation is like. So that's why no one has reached out. That must be why I haven't heard anything from Leo too. Even if we wanted to, how is a dog going to contact you? Well, forget that. That's why we weren't allowed to contact our families to stop information from this mission leaking out. That we really are. Oh no, the welling up of the tears. Wait a minute, this is all speculation. There's no way it could be true. I do agree that it is speculation. I think it's the two lines of thought. If we believe what the invader said, then this is the most, I think, from Eiro's perspective, all the things he said here is the one you would go with. If we're going to distrust the invaders, then I feel like that's an even more uncertain path as well, right? It's like we don't know exactly what's in the defense room. We don't know what's going to bring people back into, or stop world death. There's so much uncertainty surrounding all of this that in a way, the more, in our heads anyway, the more quote-unquote certain aspects of like, oh, this is going to kill us, is almost like not easier to talk about, because like talking about our death isn't easier, but like we almost have like more of a way of a path of creating information in our mind through this speculation. It's like we can like carve a path here that goes, we're here to this, we fought here, we're going to die in 100 days, this is why, and this is why, and this is why. Whereas with the other path we go, we're here to fight for 100 days and going to bring them back. Okay, what's in the defense room then? I don't know. Well, how are they going to come back then afterwards? I don't know. How are they going to repair Earth? I don't know. You know, there's all these things. Like, so it is like one of these things where, like, you know, we're kind of thinking the more morbid way here because there's more thoughts gone into that side. It's obviously the truth. Do you have any other explanation? We've been trying to think of reasons this whole time and we still don't know a thing. Oh, I always hate seeing Goggle cry. This is some grade A rotten luck. I don't want to die in a place like this. Me neither. Fighting to live is one thing, but I cannot fight to die. Can we do something? Is there really no way for us to survive? Actually, there is one. There is a... What?
We surrender.
Ato. So he's just totally on board with the surrender. What?
Yeah.
You mean we accept Yeti's proposal? This is insane. Again, I understand. But, like, I don't know if I could do it, man. Maybe it's time to end the fighting, just like the Supreme Commander said. There's no point in continuing a fruitless war. Now that we know we're doomed to die no matter how hard we try. Is it really okay for us to back down? No, we can't do that. But we don't have any other real choice. And I can't take it anymore. Again, it's that pain of not being able to take it. I can't keep fighting when I know it will cost me my friends. Ato. It's not like it really matters what happens to Earth. Humanity can live fine on an artificial satellite, right? So as long as everyone keeps living there, it's not so bad if we give up on the planet. But how are they going to... That's another thing. How are they going to be able to get us back to the satellite? If we come back to the satellite after, you know, and the world is gone and we didn't protect from world death. Like, if they're able to get to the satellite somehow or send us the satellite, wouldn't that mean they're able to get to the satellite? It might be such a drastic change for the complex to simply go from underground shelter to an orbiting satellite. Perhaps living up there is actually surprisingly pleasant. I hate the surface anyways. It's too bright and dim and gloomy. Gloomy room is better than for me. So everyone's kind of like finding reasons why this is good for them. That's right. What's the point of sacrificing ourselves? If we're gonna get snuffed out when we win, I guess it'd be better to lose and live. And I want to make clear, like, I don't know if I would go for this route of being like, let's just give in, right? But I do understand the thought process. As we said, I understand the thought process that people have in their heads with this. It's all over if I die. I won't be able to kill any important targets. I believe that we must live too. There's no need to consider self-sacrifice. I want all of you to live no matter what. Because you already matter to me, and we know, everyone matters to me too. This is a lot, and there's only standing there in the middle. If it comes down to life or death, then I don't want to die either. I fought all this time in order to protect Katawa back at the residential complex. But if I die here, I can't go back to her. As long as I get to see her again, I don't need to be on Earth. Anywhere will do, really. That is such a beautiful sentiment from Takumi. And, like, actually pretty romantic. Like, it is.
Everyone, we can't back down now.
Nozomi is, like, saying, no, we're not doing this. Nozomi spoke with a strange voice as if struggling to resist the gloomy atmosphere. All of this is just speculation, right? We're just imagining that there's that kind of weapon here. There's no guarantee that we're going to die. The people of the complex wouldn't do something like that, and Nozomi's had to listen to everyone kind of give in, and she knows that, like, especially with her purpose, trying to, like, remove all past regrets from her mother. I believe in humanity, and I know humanity believes in us too.
So don't give in to this uneasiness. Don't give in to despair.
Man, how hard does that hit, especially as a Danganronpa fan, you know what I mean? And tell me if you felt that too, if you were a Danganronpa fan. Seeing someone say, don't give in to despair. But there's despair etched in everyone's face. Oh, turning her head as well. Oh, that has to hurt. I'm scared of the attack the Supreme Commander has planned too. If we back down now, everything we sacrifice will be for nothing. Oh man, you can see, that's what I'm talking about. There's despair etched on everyone's face. So what do you say we all work together to defend this school? Let's keep fighting to protect mankind. Even Ato as well. It's so rare to see Ato like this ever. I might have known. Ato. Wait, what? You're gonna try and make us fight no matter what? I've always knew what your role was and all that. What are you talking about? Ato. My role? Ato. In that case, I'm not backing down either. For the sake of protecting my friends. Wait, Ato, what are you talking about? Your role? Is he saying that he thinks Nozomi's role on this was to make us fight? But she wasn't even here at the start, Ato. No. Are you... What's with everyone? You're all acting so strange. Wait, did he... Is that why no one's... No way. Is that... No. Did he tell other people this or something? I don't think we're gonna get much out of anybody at all. Did he tell everyone that like she was trying to make us fight or something? But why would he think this? I think we just have to talk to him. What do you mean? What's this about? Nozomi's role? I wanted to think it was all a lie, but now it seems like it has to be the truth. Ato, what have you done, man? You've been lying to us, haven't you? Wait! Please don't do this. What? Ryan, what are you talking about? Now, she was keeping some truths from you guys, but like... How would he know about that? I'd never do that. We didn't say anything. No, he went around telling everyone this thing? But how does he know? We already know the truth about you. The truth about me? You're connected to... How? First of all, how would they know her connection with the hospital? But this second line here is a jump here. Nozomi didn't say anything to me about like, oh, I'm making you fight. How? Nozomi clearly surprised that they all knew. I wanted to know how they found out too. Yeah. We didn't say anything. It's a shock. And everyone Nozomi, they weren't talking to her because they thought that... Ato. They weren't talking to her because she thought, oh my god, they thought she betrayed them all. It's a shock. I never imagined Nozomi from the same hospital that I dreamed about. You've been trying to fool us, haven't you, to make us fight here? Guys, this is Nozomi. Because we know the story Nozomi gave us, but it wasn't one that was forcing anyone to fight. That wasn't part of it. She came here of her own free will. Unless he found out something different. Did he find out something different? No. Don't bother with your excuses. Oh no, Kurara. We're forced to undergo surgery at the Kamakura, right? For the source of hemoanima? That cryptoglobin stuff? Even cryptoglobin? How do you know about it? Yeah, what the hell? We didn't say a thing. How? That says I can't believe they messed around with my body and transfused this freaky power into me. We didn't say anything. And isn't it like way crazy that we never knew that they never knew we might start to experience rejection symptoms? You know about rejection symptoms? In order to observe us as their watchdog, somebody blended in with the rest of us. But to believe that, because I never believed this aspect that she was a spy, but to believe this, they have to have something else, right? I mean, what am I talking about? She just didn't tell me any information, and they know she's related to Kamakura General Hospital, and they probably know about, if they know this, then they know her mother was doing the experiments. That's all it takes. What am I talking about? We got to have like a nice conversation with Nozomi, but somehow someone else found this through like some means. So they didn't get to have the nice conversation. Like I feel like this would be way different if Nozomi got to talk to them. Huh? And the one who performed the transfusion was, yeah, gee, they know everything. How? And from their perspective as well, like, it's totally understandable that they would feel this way, right? It's like, you kept everything from us, but she was going to tell everyone, right? You're one of them, aren't you, Nozomi? That's why you're trying to make us fight. That's why they were avoiding her. That makes me feel so icky. You know what I mean? This whole time they were avoiding her, and she didn't know why. And maybe you could be like, okay, you're being Nozomi Defense Squad too much here, but like, she told us, and I felt like the reason for telling us made sense. You know? And the reason for not telling other people made sense. They have to know something else. Well, again, I keep tripping myself up here. They don't have to know something else. They know this. And they know she kept a secret from them. That's all they need to know for them to feel this way. I'm not some watchdog. And my mom, I told you we're not interested in your excuses. How dare you lie to us like this? Oh my god, Kurara. Nozomi, why did you deceive us? I trust you. She didn't deceive you. She just like didn't tell you guys. Wait, something's not right here. Some of your information is wrong. That's what I'm saying. We didn't hear this part, so how are they adding this part together? That's right, there's something off about this whole thing. We did not hear a thing about that. That's what I'm saying. There has to be something else. But I was thinking like you would still doubt her even with the information we got, but they jumped to this conclusion then. All of this is information Nozomi divulged to me alone, so why does everyone else know about it? Exactly. The baseline stuff, yeah, I totally understand them not trusting her on the baseline. But like the other stuff of jumping to those conclusions, that means, but then again, I also think that you would jump to conclusions, right, really quickly. But that other stuff seems to be like, I didn't realize they were talking about it was like concrete facts, as if like, however they found out this information, they also found out about this on the side as well, that her mother was doing experiments on us, and Nozomi was here as a watchdog, almost as if it's like a fact, not just an assumption. Did you say something, Takumi? Did you tell them? No. No, it wasn't me. I didn't tell anyone about it at all. It was supposed to be a secret between you and me. You were keeping secrets for you. It's not very nice to keep secrets from friends. I know it's not, but now it's like... I feel so bad. But So Takumi's the reason we all know about this, huh? He must have spilled the beans to everyone. Wait, so... What do you mean? Wait, did it go... Oh my god, it went word of mouth, didn't it? Is that what happened? Nozomi, we wouldn't say anything. I didn't really. You have to believe me. What the hell is happening here? This makes me feel so icky. The whole conversation. But I want you to keep everything I'm about to tell you secret from the others. They should have to, if they find out this information, they should also have to say where they heard it from. Every one of them. 100%. Right? Every single one of them should have to light up and be like, Durumi, where did you hear from? Kyoshika, where did you hear from? But now they probably don't want to give any information away because they think Nozomi and probably Takumi as well is like, like on the out. He's not even make it to day 100. Oh my god, I can barely breathe. That's fine. That's why you wanted to meet in my room, right? It's just the two of us here. We don't have to worry about anyone else overhearing. Holy hell, it happened when we were alone in my room. There's no way anyone could have known about it. If it got out to anyone, I really would be the only one to blame. Exactly, that's the thing. Everybody, who told... That's exactly, please, you have to say it. Who told you about this? How did you find out? It circulated around for a few people. Tell us where. Where did you hear it from? Then who did the other person hear it from? Because you can't just I'm sorry, for me, like, you can't... To me, you can't just accuse someone like this and then not give up who said it, right? I feel like it's so wrong. A few people... But it must have started with you, Mr. Suno. It was originally a private conversation with you, Miss Kudafuji, right? No, but you have to tell us, like, we can trace it back. Everyone say who they heard it from. I told you it wasn't me. I never told anybody. Oh my god, are you kidding me? No, don't do this. I did not expect that game would do something like this. This makes me feel so sick. I really don't know anything about...
Everyone... I'm so sorry I didn't tell
Jesus, now
you.
she thinks we told everyone as well. My attempts to explain myself were drowned out in Nozomi's words to everyone, and she deserved to tell her story to everybody as well when she was ready. But then again, I do understand as well that this is something that, like, the whole crypto globe and stuff and all this stuff, 100%, it's something that's inside of them, and in a way, yes, they did have a right to know as well, right? I totally acknowledge that too. I totally acknowledge that. Because this is something that happened to them, right? So I understand that as well. It's true, I was affiliated with the Kamakura General Hospital and my mom did work there. But I wasn't put here as a watchdog. My mom wasn't the one who performed the transfusions on you. That's wrong. We're not trying to fool anyone. I think she might have been gone at that point. Please trust me on this one thing. How can we possibly trust you? It's too late now. Oh, to imagine hearing that from the one who supported you this whole time, who would die for you. Kurata. Yeah, this is someone who like literally would like have taken a bullet for Nozomi. You know? You know I despise liars and people who hide things from me, especially the ones who use tactics to get close to people. I find it truly embarrassing from the bottom of my heart that I was ever foolish enough to be taken in by your act. It's not an act. I don't see it this way at all. I thought we were friends. Oh, that hurts. That's a hurtful line, right? And again, Kurara's hurting as well. Everyone feels hurt. Except for whoever was like the first person to circulate this information around. Someone, like, how did... Someone had to have known. And it has to be one person here. Oh, we shouldn't have to bring this up. I hate seeing us divided. We should have to talk to Ada Later and ask him where he heard from. I don't like the answer of it's circulated around. There's not that many people in this place. You could find out where it's circulated from. Legitimately so. If there was 300 people in here, yeah, you're not going to find out. There's what, 14 people? And you're telling me we can't find out from 14 people? And not even 14 people. 12 people. Take out Nozomi and take out Takumi. 100%. I'm sure you had your reasons, Nozomi. Who cares about her freaking reasons, man? She still lied to us. I don't like this either, that like, you can't in one breath say, oh, I always knew you'd do this, and then the other breath be like, I'm sure you had your reasons. You know what I mean? It makes you feel sick, this whole situation. Who cares about her freaking reasons, man? She'd still lie to us. And again, I want to make clear, I understand from their perspective as well how this looks terrible. Like 110%. But I hope you also understand when I'm saying that they like we deserve to know who said it first. Right? Because it had to be one of them. You know, it had to be. And I understand why every character here will be upset. Because it's a terrifying time. And we're coming closer to the final days. We've been through so much. And now you find out that one character, one person in your life that you've been fighting alongside knew way more than they were letting on. And they do know a lot. Like, you know, like imagine that, like, oh wait, so I've had this thing called cryptoglobin inside of me this whole time. And they've known about it and said nothing. You can understand. I don't hate you, Lady Nozomi, but this is beyond the pale. That's also terrible. I thought we were friends and I don't hate you is like somehow like as hurtful. You know what I mean? It's like, sometimes it's easier if someone does like just hate you. You know what I mean? The whole idea of just being like, I don't hate you, like, you know? It feels almost like disappointment. Anyone leaving Nozomi be, we have more important things to deal with. What really matters is what lies ahead. I understand that, Eito, right? But you brought it up, right? And then here's like, someone else was going to bring it up anyway, right? But like, this, like, leave Nozomi be after bringing this up in this crucial situation, you know? I don't see like the benefit of that. You know what I mean? It was going to be brought up anyway. You know, it was going to be brought up anyway. We need to decide what we should do next.
Aha!
I mean, whether or not we're going to accept the enemy's proposal, right? We need to make up our minds soon. What's happening here now is all these characters don't trust Nozomi anymore. All these characters know I kept something from them as well. Now Nozomi doesn't trust me. If the invader wanted us divided... If the invader wanted us divided, they united everyone around here. But they divided Nozomi from the group, and maybe possibly Takumi from the group, who I believe are the two de facto leaders. And actually, I say the three leaders are Eito, Nozomi, and and Takumi. And now they're all divided. I don't think they're going to say... If the Numi's not saying anything, they're not going to say it. They're not going to say much. What's happening? It definitely wasn't me. I never told anybody that thing. But then who? How? That thing, it has to be someone here. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 people here. That could have heard something, found something, been told something. There's only two possibilities here. Nozomi is someone who is a watchdog, right? Which again, I never got that energy from it at all. You know what I mean? Or someone here in this group has a like, has heard about this stuff and is embellishing the truth a little bit. Because the whole thing of, like, you being the watchdog, everyone's saying, oh, it's circulated around here, right? That's embellishing it quite a bit. So I'm thinking that no matter what, and if you guys feel this way too, no matter what, someone in our group, whether it does turn out to, again, I could be completely wrong on my feelings, it happened before, whether it is Nozomi or it's whoever spread this thing around originally, someone amongst this group feels to me like a traitor. Right? And that's terrifying. That's terrifying.
Yeah.
For a decision of this magnitude, it's only way to be fair is majority rule. As your commanding officer, I'll lead the vote. You're not a commanding officer, though. Ari, who's in favor of continuing the fight here? With all of my thoughts jumbled up, I couldn't get myself to move fast enough. In the end, Nozomi was the only one to put her hand up. Just a liar, I could have guessed. Oh my god. Then on the other side, who's in favor of us getting out of here? Everyone raised their hand, excluding Nozomi and myself. Takumi, what about you? I don't want to die either. I want to find a way to live. But something about the situation is all wrong. It is. He's right. It's the embellishment of the truth. Because I genuinely think you could have, like, sowed the seeds of doubt in people if you knew about the stuff in Nozomi, the truthful stuff about Nozomi that she said, and then if someone wanted to sow those seeds of doubt, they could just do that, right? But they embellished it. They wanted this to go to the point that nobody would ever look at her the same again. You know what I mean? That they could never trust her again. Why does everyone know something they shouldn't possibly know? And the truth has been twisted. Just what is going on here? And we know, by the way, the rooms are like it's hard to hear from the rooms because how many nights have we, like, screamed our lungs off from the apparition? You know what I mean? And no one's heard it. Takumi, are you abstaining? He's been seduced by Nozomi. She got close to him from the very start with that intention. That's the opposite of what happened. She was brutally, like, embarrassed to be around us and didn't even want to go near us. Well, that was an easy decision in that case. It's safe to conclude that we'll be accepting the Supreme Commander's proposal at the hightailing it out of here, yes? Wait, please let's rethink this one more time. Something isn't right here. I don't mind if you call me a liar, but you can't believe what the enemy is saying. They're trying to trick you. Give it a rest, Nozomi. We're not going to fight no matter how much you insist. Oh my god. I think as well, the belief that Nozomi is a traitor and the belief that Nozomi has betrayed us and is a watchdog, to me, strengthens the idea that the people above have left us behind and betrayed us. And also then, people aren't going to be thinking about, is the commander lying to us? No, of course not. The satellite people, are people on the satellite clearly the one that lied to us. They're the ones that lied to us like all along. Like, this is a hurtful line to me as well, you know? If you're Nozomi. I don't want to die hero's death or whatever. I just want to survive and go back home. And I feel like this whole thing has made this decision a little bit easier. And I understand how people are feeling. Jesus freaking Christ. I understand. I understand everything. And I think that's what this game has been really good at, is like making people's feelings understandable. You know, in a lot of ways, in a lot of situations, not every situation, because sometimes people are just being mean or awful. And, you know, like, as we saw before with some of the insults that Kadara gave to Gaku and stuff like that. But like, I mean, in terms of like when people are scared or upset or don't want to fight or they're worried about what might happen in this situation, they're like paranoid as heck. They're worried about dying. They're now uncertain of their whole role here. It all makes sense how people sometimes act this way. But what? Nozomi making us fight might be your duty, but so maybe you can't defy the order. We already made our decision. How about you give this up? Again, that would hurt so much. And every single character here, by the way, they're doing a really good job of this. Every single character is like almost talking directly to Nozomi, being like, give it a rest. You know what I mean? Of course it's the liar. You know what I mean? They're like sowing doubts for like anyone who could have given the information out first. No, not like that. Nozomi. Wait, what? Oh my god. Nozomi, what is it? Leave her alone. It's just another act. Stop. Of course isn't. She was sick recently. You saw her sick. I rushed over and Nozomi and peered into her face. We literally saw her being sick. I've seen these symptoms before, but it couldn't be. Wait, a rejection again? Already? Why? Why now? I thought it was better. Come to think of it, she hasn't been looking so good the last few days. Were her rejection symptoms coming back this whole time? Nozomi, are you okay? I gently offered my hand to Nozomi as she was slumped on her knees, but she ignored my hand, getting up on her own without a wobble. She doesn't trust us either. I'm not feeling so good. I'll just be off to my room. Oh my god, Nozomi. You guys knew she was sick. How could she fake being sick? How could she fake it? I mean, you can, but you know what I mean? Like, there's like temperatures and like, I feel like you always know when someone's faking being sick. You know what I mean? I feel like you can know. But then again, you know, sometimes kids, but I think sometimes when kids fool their parents, it's more just a case of like the parent just not wanting to deal with it. Sometimes it's like, okay, you have a fever, you know, just go. Oh my god, that's hurtful. It's so hurtful. After those rejection symptoms we've heard so much about, yes. Nozomi's going to be okay, right? Shoma thinking about Nozomi, I do appreciate it. Isn't it time to be worrying about her? We can end up like that any moment now. You don't know that. And she could just be faking it, right? Since she failed to persuade us, she's trying to get sympathy. There's not one thing in the world that would persuade you guys now. At all. She wouldn't do that. You guys have it all wrong.
Hey!
And she's not some watchdog either. Everything you guys said is different from what she told me. Exactly. That means like whoever did this either got more information or is just embellishing everything. How did you find out anyway? What do you mean it was circulated on a few people? What people? Yeah, exactly. Who told you about it? I heard it from Shoma. I heard it from Darumi. Oh no. I heard it from Tsubasa. I heard it from Takamara, but it was going around before then too. Keep going. Keep going. Yeah, I guess I heard it from Gakko. I don't remember though.
Yeah.
I heard it from Miss Magadori. I heard it from Lady Kurata. I first heard it from Yugumu. I guess I heard it from Tsubasa. Strangely, everyone heard the story from someone different. Some we don't know where it came from. Who did you... Obviously, Kako would hear from Ima. It was obviously you, Talkers. You let it slip and spread, but there's no connection here. By the way, Talkers is a great nickname. I wish it was under better circumstances. I told you. I never told anyone. Yeah, we didn't. We didn't. But who else is there? Who else would know about the private conversation in your room? But then we would also have to embellish stuff, and you know Takami's not like that. Takami wouldn't do that. That's why I'm telling you something's off. Who cares? I've heard enough about that vile girl to last a lifetime. Either way, I intend to survive this war. I couldn't bear dying in such an inexplicable, unreasonable place as this. Yeah, screw fighting for a mission that requires us to die. We're going to the artificial satellite with everyone else. Everybody has the right to live. We're humans too. Well, besides me, no, don't even think like that. Shoma, think about this. You thought about Nozomi there for a second as well. This must be so tough. Jesus freaking Christ. I'm feeling it. I feel sick. Takumi, you don't have to worry. Nozomi is coming with us. We wouldn't just leave her behind. Sure. But like, she's probably like, not only sick, but like traumatized now. I'm sure if we go to the satellite, her symptoms can be cured. And we're not going to leave her to take all the blame for all this alone. You're already talking about blame? We'll meet with the people who came up with this plan on the satellite and question them about why they decided on such a cruel scheme. Can we talk about how we think we're getting back to the satellite? Can we talk about that? How do we think we're getting there? Do you think they have like a plane? Like, what do you think is gonna happen? The people who came up with it? Hey, that big supreme monster is going to keep its promise, right? We'll have to trust that it will. Carrying on this war will just lead to death on both sides, after all. Ironic, isn't it? In the end, the only person we can bring ourselves to trust is the enemy we've been fighting all this time. That's how peace works. You lay out your hostilities on the table and decide to believe in one another. I don't remember how I got back to my room after that. By the time I realized where I was. So it was just all a daze. I feel like I'm in a daze as well. This line here. You lay out your hostilities on the table and decide to believe in one another. Right? This is what's terrible. And this one here. This line as well. The enemy we've been fighting this whole time. We're putting more trust in this enemy that's tried to kill us. that's tried to murder us. That's how much doubt has been sowed into our brains. That's how much doubt has been sowed into our brains. Holy hell. That discussion was a secret between me and Nozomi. How did everyone find out? And I know for a fact, like, look at these are brick walls. You're not gonna, like, you know... Now, the doorway maybe, but you're not just gonna overhear something walking by, right? It doesn't add up. And even if we came to a conclusion together, is it really the right decision? I'm glad that he didn't go to Nozomi right away, because there's no way she's gonna believe him in this moment right now, right? Especially in a high emotional state, but I hope she's okay. Are we okay with abandoning the fight at the school and running away after spending 90 days defending this place? Either way, the decision has been made. That was a consensus. I guess that's all there is to it. Jesus freaking Christ. 8 days left. 8 days.
Up and at 'em, troops! Time to rise and shine!
I love
It's
these,
your
like,
92nd
these
day of
illustrations
active service
here.
at Last Defense Academy. Overcome these last few days with the teamwork you've cultivated
Oh,
with your
of
allies here
course.
along the way.
The teamwork.
The goal is right in front of you. A new era will begin in humanity's history, and all of you will be honored as heroes for generations to come.
I don't see it. I don't see it.
Okay, let's get going for the day.
Oh. It's a lot, isn't it? It is a lot. Starting a new era in history would be meaningless if we died. And what does it mean about teamwork we've cultivated? If our teamwork was that good, we wouldn't be in this mess. Where do things go wrong to land us in this situation? Oh! Who? Nozomi is not available for free time. Makes sense. But we can talk to these other characters like Darubi. Eito. Is only Daru? Oh my god. What? The only character available to talk to is Darumi. And probably because she's the only character who would probably like talk maybe right now. Maybe I'm wrong about that. Maybe it's just it's a coincidence. Now let me see here. Are we able, I wonder if we're able, like, I might go and see if we're able to give a present still to Nozomi to raise up our mathematics still, right? To find something cute for her. So we might just save really quickly. But yeah, the whole situation here that's happening now, and we've talked about it at length there as well. It's understandable, like, why everyone is, like, very suspicious. Like, someone kept something away from us for so long, you know what I mean? And that's the thing, like, I don't think, like, I don't want to ever... Oh, dear sis... Oh, for Kako. Makeup brushes. There's so much stuff that could be for Kako here as well. Flower box, maybe? But yeah, but I think the hard thing about it is that, like, it just makes you feel sick and icky, you know what I mean? Have you ever, like, been in that situation where it's like, you know, like, there's people fighting or whatever, and, like, there's nothing you can do about it. And, like, I think the reason why it hurts so much is because, like, we were in that conversation. We heard that conversation. It did not go the way that people are saying it went, right? It did not go that way. It wasn't this thing where she was like, I am the watchdog, I'm all this stuff, I was sent here to do this, you know? Are we able to talk? We can't even talk to... Yeah. Yeah, okay, I just wanted to find that out. We cannot, so we have to give something to maybe to Takamaru then. That's fine. I'll be back in a second, I guess. Okay, so we know we can't make a present for her. Yeah, but, like, the reason it makes you feel kind of, like, sick is that there's, like, we're seen as we can't be trusted by Nozomi anymore. This relationship we built up over so long, and now it's, like, broken in a lot of ways, right? Vehicle clothes, vehicle accessories. Let's see if we can give something in here as well. This relationship we spent so much time building up is no longer Dragon Jacket. Oh, cool. Dragon illustration to unlock? How do we get that? Also, this camaraderie we built up with everybody is kind of broken down as well, because now they probably don't believe us anymore either. And they're also distrusting of Nozomi. But there's the reason why, like, it hurts even more is because it's like, yes, if they were like it's already on the baseline. I understand where they're coming from with this. Because for me, yes, it would be kind of a thing where, like, how can I trust this person who kept this information from me when it was something about me?
Are you sure?
You know?
I can have this? Hell, you just turned me into mush.
I'm glad. That makes you feel better. But I think it's also fantastic. What we wanted, for sure. We have to build up mats now. I think there's a reason why Nozomi didn't say anything. Is not only because she thought this was going to happen. She thought everyone was going to turn on her. But she also thought as well that she probably would be kicked out of the school. I think also as well it's a very personal thing about her mother too, so I understand that as well. But like I think, you know, if you look at it from a very personal perspective of a person, they're going to look at it being like, if this is about me. You're talking about my blood, the experiments that happened on me. But the reason why like it hurts even more is because it's definitely been embellished. Yeah, Darumi's the only one we can talk to. And it's probably because she's probably one of the few people that she would probably talk in this situation, right? So we know that like half of this stuff isn't true, or at least it's something that we haven't heard in that conversation, and we're getting the blame for that. So obviously they're talking about from our perspective of getting, you know, doing this or whatever. So math is Nozomi and Eito. So we're gonna have to get some for Eito. That's what we're working towards, getting some for Eito. Yeah, and again, like I said, it's a natural feeling that people have where they're like, I don't want to trust Nozomi anymore. But then it also hurts from our perspective where we're like, man, but like, it's not all true. Like, it's embellished, you know, and we can't even find out where the rumor started. Everyone's going to think it's us. It's just really, it's just this, to put my thoughts into all like one neat bow. It is a situation where we are all, where we have built up such a beautiful thing. Now, it's not beautiful because it's been a very painful time. This lovely relationship with everybody, and it's just broken apart kind of like in one moment. And all it took was the commander really saying to us, hey, you can live if you get out of here. Finding out about the satellite, finding out about all these lies. In a way, and again, I think everyone deserves to know the truth of everything, right? Everyone who's fighting this deserves to know the truth of everything. But it was finding out the truth that kind of like broke apart, as we said, that hope that we had that was tied together with shoestring and glue. It's a very icky situation, you know? And when I say icky, I mean, you know, when it makes you feel like, oh, like I feel sick of my stomach. I feel kind of like, oh, I want to like do something, but I can't. And that's what I'm getting for this. What does Eito like? Books. Yeah, so we have to, I could save again. I don't care about saves coming at all, guys. Like, this is a situation where, like, you know, we're coming close to the last few days. I kind of want to make sure we get something nice. We could get a book cover, right? I imagine he'd like this. Yeah. It's a very bad situation. I'm not feeling good about anything. You know, I'm not. And I wish I could just like literally go to like, it's one of those things where like you wish everything could be better right now, like this second, but it's not going to be. It's really not. And I feel like it was also like a very, like the whole thing was just, I don't know. I think it's just all a mess because I do think like, it's like the whole thing of being like, hey, let's lay off Nozomi, but then also like, we knew no one was going to lay off Nozomi in that moment. And then the feeling of like, that's why no one was talking to her in the morning this whole time. That's why Kurara was being a little bit rude to her. They're all waiting for that moment to say something. And what confirmed it was her wanting to fight, but the reason she wants to fight is because of her mother. You know what I mean? There's so much there. So much there.
You truly understand me, Takumi.
That's exactly what we wanted. That is so what we wanted.
Troops,
Excuse me.
it's time to hit the countdown marches on.
Oh, stop.
In spite of the difficulties ahead, I truly believe.
Oh my god,
we will
it's
all
almost
get through
ominous now
this.
with the way they're saying this, right?
For now, rest up while you still can. Close your eyes.
It's so ominous. Oh god. What are we doing? Are we getting another vision? Oh no. Little baby Nozomi again. Not Nozomi. See, even now I'm getting confused. Karawa. And little
Come
baby
on.
Takumi.
Don't cry. If you keep crying like that, your daddy will get sad too. And he won't be able to go to
Oh my
heaven.
god, after the accident, right? Holy hell.
My daddy's gone. I'll never see him again.
I hate that the voice actors are so good because this is breaking my freaking heart. Oh my freaking god. Poor Karawa.
Karawa,
It's not right.
don't cry anymore, okay? I know your
I remember
daddy's
this
gone,
conversation, right? Yeah.
but I'll be your daddy from now on, so you don't have to be sad.
You know what I mean? And like again, it's like, it's funny in other contexts, but like for kids, this is like such a sweet thing to say. You know what I mean? For two children to say this to each other, you know, it's such a sweet thing to say.
You're too little, Taki. You can't be a daddy.
You know what I mean? It's such a sweet conversation from that perspective.
Maybe, but I'm just glad you're okay, Karawa. That your daddy protected you.
Yeah, it was the accident, wasn't it?
But I'm not okay. I got this big cut right across my tummy.
Was
The
that from?
doctors say it's gonna leave a scar. It'll never go away. Not even when I'm a grown-up.
Do you think that the scar could have been? I don't know. It's weird. It's weird because they keep referencing the scar very closely, right? That's the second time they've done this, I think, right?
I bet no one will want to marry a
Oh,
girl
stop.
with a big ugly scar like this.
There's literally a guy in your life when you're older. I'm going to tell you his name. It starts with a T and ends with an Aki. I'm just going to tell you this right now.
Then, when we grow up,
Oh,
I'll marry you. By then, I won't be too little anymore.
look at this. He cared about this gal from such a young age. And look at her little sweet face. Look at her.
I'll marry you someday, Karawa. Then you'll never have to be alone. I'll always be there to protect you.
Sweetheart.
You'll protect me?
Absolute sweetheart.
Yeah. Now that your daddy's gone, I'll keep you safe instead. So please, don't cry.
Like, their relationship is, like, isn't it so crazy how well they've done in this game that this relationship between Takumi and Karawa has been done mostly through flashbacks and conversations about Nozomi, about another character, Nozomi. And it's still one of the strongest relationships in the game. You know what I mean? Still at this stage, the Karawa-Takumi relationship is still so strong. And they haven't even talked to each other since the first episode we've done the series. Months ago. 100 days ago. In my case, 60 hours ago? It's crazy how strong it is.
Whatever happens, I'll protect you, Karawa.
So beautiful.
No matter
So
what.
freaking beautiful.
I promise.
And see what it's, and that's probably, I wonder if this is like a motivational thing again where like I have to protect Karawa.
Taki. Thank you. I think I'm going to be all right now.
And they like these two were tied together from when they were little. You know what I mean? And you see her now, like the smile on her face.
You promised. So you gotta do it.
You promised.
Okay?
You promised, Takumi. That's right, I made a promise to protect Karawa no matter what. I'm not about to break that promise. To keep Karawa safe, I have to keep fighting. Fight. 93, so like it went through our heads so faster as well. We shot up awake. I jolted upright with a shout. My whole body was drenched in sweat and my heart was racing, like I'd just been woken up from a nightmare. No, not a nightmare, a memory of Karawa, one I dreamed about before. But why again? Why now? And here's the start of 93. Tomorrow's the last day, right? Tomorrow's the day we have to decide.
Good morning! A fine morning is upon us. A morning filled with hope. It's your 93rd day of active service here at Last Defense Academy. Time is ticking away. Now then, take your dear friends by the hand and fight for the sake of humanity's great wish. The invaders' futile attempts at raiding us only serve as opportunities to destroy them.
It's almost like directly tied to the situations we're going through right now, right? It's like, hey, what they're doing right now, it's only gonna like be something we can use against them, you know?
Huzzah! Keep your spirits high and protect our beloved school and human race.
A lot once again, right? He can't tell us to protect whatever he wants, but it's already over. We're not going to fight here any longer. Our meeting with the Supreme Commander is tomorrow. Once tomorrow comes, we're going to leave the school. Fight. What is that in her head? Stop, I can't fight anymore. It's all over. Who's this? Who is it? I cautiously approached the door and opened it to find... Whoa! The investigation they were doing! Mr. Sumino, good morning. Hey, yes, hello. They don't really hold it against us, it seems, for not telling anybody? You too, what is it? Oh, they think we did tell people. That's why they don't... I'm an idiot. That's why they don't hold it against us. Because they think we told people. I can't, like, so disregard anything I said before where I said, like, oh, they probably don't like us anymore either. They definitely probably think we told, so they probably trust us even more then because we told, you know? But then again, you know, I don't know. I suppose you're feeling guilty about the information you leaked. It turned Miss Kurofuji into a real pariah. Is that why you're still sulking? I told you I never told anyone. So then how did the story get around?
Hey!
That's why I'm so confused. I have no idea. I don't even know how anyone found out.
Yeah!
Isn't that the nature of gossip? No one ever knows for sure where it came from. More importantly, we have something we'd like to discuss with you. Discuss? What is it? We weren't really sure who to bring this up with. We were wondering who we could trust in a situation like this. And when the thing with Mr. Kurofuji happened, we saw you shamefully waffle back and forth about it. Sorry. Oh, seeing that actually made us feel we could trust you. If you're really the traitor, you wouldn't have let the situation be clown you so badly. Wait. Traitor? What are you talking about? So they also believe... And it makes sense. It makes sense. There is a traitor among us. There is a traitor among us. 100%. The culprit one we've been chasing all this time. We've been investigating, trying to find out who they are. Oh my god, the two of them did this together as well. But we failed. We couldn't solve the mystery. Susie, what are you talking about? No. I'm with them. I'm with them. Someone is a traitor. To tell the truth, there's one little thing I didn't share with everyone about my time with the invaders. No! What a shock, right? Especially when he's the one who went around telling people not to hide things from others. You know how it goes. There are rules for me and rules for thee. You tell him. So what did you tell us? It's about the commanders. They worship a peculiar deity? They have what we call a religion. Okay, so they have religion. A religion, those things? Furthermore, they follow tenets very strictly according to those teachings. Hema Anima, or cryptoglobin was it? Absorbing cryptoglobin is the taboo of the highest... Wait. No. Wait. That means... The body we found of the prisoner... They didn't absorb the cryptoglobin from them. And Hiroko's body. Oh no. Oh my god. Oh no. Some religions forbid the consumption of meat. It's super seriously forbidden, so that means... I cannot believe this. One of us must have done it then, right? But how? You're telling me they don't absorb cryptoglobin? So then who was behind those incidents? Yeah, with Hiroko and the prisoner, right?
The blackened mummy belonging to the
Holy
prisoner.
freaking hell. Oh my god.
And the shriveled body of Hiroko too.
Yeah. It had to be one of us. It can't be. You're saying that wasn't the invaders doing? It had to be one of us.
Yeah!
Precisely so. It's absolutely forbidden for them to absorb cryptoglobin. In which case, the person behind it must be one of us, right? That's so wild. Because obviously I already had an inkling there was going to be a traitor with the embellishing of the truth that they had in the last conversation. But it's also the fact that, like, now, like this. This. Huh? In short, there is a traitor among us responsible for killing the prisoners in Miss Shizuhara. A sickening chill ran the length of my body. I felt myself getting unsteady on my feet as if I was struck by a sudden dizzy spell. That can't be a traitor? It's a fine case of homicide we have in our hands. A human has killed another human. The murder of Hiroko Shizuhara. A murder? Which means it's time for me to step in as a detective. I did some investigating, but I'm so proud of you. I really am. Okay? I didn't get anywhere. I couldn't get my hands on a single clue. It's not your fault, sweet Kako. Investigating this late in the game can't amount to much. Oh my god, is that a bit of a fourth wall break there? Well, I guess it is 7 days left. I'm still having trouble believing there was a traitor among us. There's no benefit to betraying the team like this. But here's the thing. The other people believe there's a benefit for Nozomi to betray us. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Even though we don't believe Nozomi's a traitor. And there's no point in crossing over to the other side when we can't even communicate with them. I don't know. What if the tears the prisoner had wasn't the fact of, like, I don't want to die. It's also the fact of I don't want to go against my religion as well. This goes against my religion. Yeah. Indeed, the culprit's motive is a total mystery. Still, the truth remains that the prisoner and Hiroko were killed. As a detective, I can't turn a blind eye to that. That said, I've reached a dead end in the investigation. At this rate, the case is going to go cold. But what they said makes sense then. If it is a religion that they follow, I have no reason to distrust these two ever. I never will. Then, yeah, it makes sense. And that's why we've come to you, Mr. Sumino. You've been all over the place on these expeditions. Any idea where you could find some fresh clues? You can't just spring that kind of question on me expecting an instant answer. Nothing then? I knew you wouldn't be of any use. None at all. Rude. If you do remember anything at any time, please let us know. We only have until tomorrow before we get out of here. But if you intend to continue the search for the culprit when we're on even when we're on the satellite, let us know if anything comes to mind. Sure, if I think of anything, I'll tell you guys right away. Well then, let's get going, Kako. We should keep up our investigation. Right, there's only one truth out there after all. And with that, Tsukumo twins left my room. A traitor? Someone who's killed a prisoner and Hiroko? Give me a break already. Nothing makes sense anymore. Honestly, the whole thing just irritated me. I couldn't even believe it, let alone wrap my head around it. I returned to my bed again and tried to shut everything out. How? There's a no. I believe them. I believe there's a traitor. We said this, and I think everyone already knew this as well. Like at this point, you know what I mean? There has to be. I covered my ears and closed my eyes. I had no idea how many hours passed by like that. Another ding dong. Oh god, hearing the doorbell, I stubbornly ringing again and again. I finally got up. Someone else. Who is it now? Oh wow, that's... They're really aggressively ringing it, right? I grumbled as I opened the door, and standing there was... Eitzo. Oh, Takumi. What's up? Eitzo? Sorry for being so persistent with the bell. I was just a little worried about you after yesterday. Are you alright? I'm fine, just a little confused. About how Nozomi's story got around? It's rather odd. How did everyone find out if you never mentioned it to anyone? Do you trust me that I never mentioned it to anyone? It seems he does. Eito seems to always kind of like trust us a little bit, right? You had that conversation in a private room, right? It never should have gotten out in the first place, and yet... It doesn't make any sense. It really is a mystery. By the way, Takumi, everyone's going to get together in the cafeteria. Will you join us? Even the cafeteria? Yes, we're making our deal with the Supreme Commander tomorrow. I was hoping we could all get on the same page before then, and besides, it's going to be our last night with all of our wonderful friends here at the Academy. Yeah, so yeah, they've made the vote. I know I won't be able to convince Nozomi to come, but I'd like you to be there with us. How about it? Okay, I'll go. It's our last night after all. That's great news. And I'll look into that other matter myself. I'll dig around for the source of the rumors. Right now, like I don't know how good that is going to do. We should have been able to do it in that room, and if we can't, that means there's something very bad happening. We should have been able to do it right then and there with 12 people, 11 people, and if we can't, that means something deep is happening. and it's spread in a weird way. It might end up being after we get to the artificial satellite, but we'll talk to everyone again. If we get to the artificial satellite, we're all safe, right? If that actually happens, we're all safe in the artificial satellite. Like, I'm not sure if I would mind. You know what I mean? It's one of those things where it's like, I think that would be a horrible thing to bring back up again, you know? Who lied to you? I don't think you'd even like think about it that much, you know? I'm not trying to say it's not important, but I'm saying like once you get, if you're all safe on the satellite, is it really going to matter that much then? I'll be waiting in the cafeteria then. See you talking to me. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to say like to downplay it, but like if everyone's safe on the satellite, I'd rather like what's happening to Nozomi is more important than like who. Yes, it is important like who lied about you, who spread rumors and blamed you, and who was listening in on you and stuff like this. But I can't imagine that you'd like if I got to the satellite, I don't think I would like mind that part as much. I think the part that would mind a lot more is who embellished the truth, right? So actually, that is true. So I'm turning back my own opinion. I disagree with Calvin. I disagree with Calvin. Someone did embellish the truth, which means someone did try. But again, Eito doesn't think it's a traitor though. But that means Kako and Ima didn't say anything to him. This is all very complicated. I'm sorry. Forget I said anything. Our last night, huh? That's right. This time tomorrow it'll all be over. I'll be able to see Kato on the artificial satellite. Do we believe this? Sitting here and dwelling on things won't do anything for me. I guess I better join everybody. Holy freaking hell, guys. Is Nozomi going to the cafeteria? No, she is not. Are we able to go to the war room right now so I can like, here so I can level some stuff up? Because this is what I want to do. Because if we're going into a battle or something tomorrow, we don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. I would definitely like to have something here. We can't? Oh, we can only do it in free time, but I want to... Come on, I can level up my one of those potions. It's okay. Okay, it's okay. Guys, we're going to be ending the video here. And we're going to be moving on in the next one as well with some more of Last Defense Academy. This is a weird position to end in. Let's start here. This was a very complicated and painful episode to get through. But I think, like, again, if we could, like, talk about it, like, everything in an all-encompassing way, it's the fact that, like, someone overheard what we said, or they found out information and embellished that information to do with Nozomi, or it could be a thing where someone knew about it already and then embellished it again. It's the embellishment that makes me feel very weird because, like, I think, as I said, like, it's a very normal thing, I think, for people to, like, hear about, like, oh, so something's wrong with my blood and nobody told me, and then tell other people about that too, because then it's like this feeling of being betrayed. I understand that. I understand that feeling that people are coming from, right? But it was the embellishment of it that I think was what bothered me a bit. You know, the other stuff bothered me too, because obviously, like, I personally believe Nozomi, like, and maybe it's just like, you know, I'm Nozomi Defense Squad here, just like I'm with Gaku. But like for me with Nozomi, like, when we were having that conversation, I felt such genuineness and and it took a while. It was like, you know, a while before she even like, because what Kurata said was so not true, which is all like that she's planned this from the start and she was like trying to get closer from the start. If she wanted to get closer from the start, she could have done it at any time, and Takumi would have accepted it. You know what I mean? Takumi would have been like, on day 33, if she came to Takumi and said, let's be best friends, I'm pretty sure Takumi would be like, yeah, sure. You know what I mean? Like, you agree, right? He would be like, yeah, sure, I'll do it, you know? To me, like, if you're trying to get in someone's head, waiting until they're more emotionally stable, as Takumi was, is probably not the way to do it. You know what I mean? When they started to become friends is when both of them came to terms with some stuff and became very emotionally stable with themselves. So yeah, I don't see that. The embellishment of it was that she's a watchdog and that she, like, her mother was the one who experimented everything, when we know her mother died, not ever fulfilling that experiment. We also know from Nozomi that, like, she came here of her own free will and wasn't sent by anybody else. She came here as a choice for herself. We know those two things, and those things were left out conveniently of the story, right? Because if someone's telling a story about what happened and they knew what happened, if you were telling, you know what I mean? If you were telling the story to, like, someone and you were like, oh yeah, Nozomi, like, didn't tell us, and they're like, oh my god, I hate her, what the hell? It's like, why wouldn't you tell us? And then they said the truth, which is just like, well, I saw that her mother, you know, ended her own life because of all this, and Nozomi is trying to, like, you know, do this thing where, like a bit getting it. We don't know if they know that part of it, but you know what I mean? Then I feel like people would be like a little bit more like, oh, maybe we should talk to her. You know what I mean? Maybe we should talk to her about this and see what's happening. You know what I mean? People would be kind of like, and leaving that conveniently out of the situation sows more doubt in Nozomi. You know what I mean? Not that it, again, I want her to, like I said, I think we'd all be in that position if we found out something about our blood and our bodies. We have a right to know if something was experimented on us and something happened to us. But I think that, like, you know, the way that it's gone was this embellishment of the truth and this embellishment of and this lying. Let's say what it was. This basic lying from our perspective. It could be like, I've been wrong before, and like it could be like day 96, and like they go like, "Hey, it was me all along," and it's Nozomi there with, like, you know, red burning eyes or something. You know what I mean? But then, like, that's what convinced me there was a traitor almost instantly, right? It was the idea that, like, and actually, like, you know, I think like yeah, like, I didn't really suspect the idea of, like, a traitor before, but, like, you know, you don't know everyone's past. That's the only thing. So I didn't really expect it until really now, but I knew for a fact it was a traitor as soon as that stuff came out, because they did such a good job almost instantly of, like, sowing doubts in Nozomi. Nozomi was an outcast almost instantly, you know? And if Nozomi was truly a traitor from, like, the other side, or from the satellite, they think, right? She thinks she's from the satellite. Wouldn't they have come and, like, what does telling Takumi get her out of it? You know, get out of it. What if she tells Takumi about this? She has someone to confide in. But as a traitor, what does she get out of telling Takumi? It's more dangerous to tell somebody. You know? It's more dangerous to tell somebody. Now, you could say, well, she's manipulating him to gain his trust, right? I'm pretty sure if Nozomi said to Takumi, and again, Takumi, like, adores Nozomi. If Takumi sat down with Nozomi and said, listen, or sorry, if Nozomi said to Takumi, hey, Takumi, look, something's going on in my life, and I can't say, all right? But I want you to know that, like, when the time comes, I trust you so much, and I will tell you. But can you please just, like, understand that, like, I care so much about the fact that you care about me, and I appreciate it so much, and we've grown so close together, and I appreciate it. That would be enough for a lot of people. Right? That'd be enough for people like, yeah, you know, I understand, you know? And especially from Takumi's perspective, he would be like, yeah, I understand. She could have done that, and it would have been over. But no, she didn't. She told him everything, and thus leaving herself more open. So it doesn't make sense to me why she would do that. Ima and Kako also said something incredible as well, which is the idea that there is a religious aspect to these invaders where they will not harness someone's cryptoglobin. Which means that Hiroko and the prisoner were harvested by us, one of us. So not only do we believe there's a traitor from the embellishing of the truth aspect, but there's also a traitor from an actual very, like, I think a very good piece of evidence. Which is that a lot of people, especially if you're like someone who, like, is, you know, clearly following a creed and a code of something to believe in your religion, you know? I don't know. It doesn't make sense to me why they would go against that, their code or religion. So, like, I think I agree with Kako and Ima as well. It's a very confusing situation. It's a very icky situation in terms of, like, how it made us feel. Nozomi's an outcast. We're kind of more trusted because people believe that we actually did tell everyone and, like, we didn't actually keep it from everybody. But overall, I think it is still, like, a very horrible situation in that sense. The summary of everything is that there is a traitor amongst us for the embellishing and of the thing with the cryptoglobin. They have whoever has done this assumedly has embellished the truth about Nozomi and has made sure that people think that she is, like, on the out, so there's no way she could ever convince us to not fight, right? Or to fight, I should say. And it's just unfortunate that Nozomi came from that perspective where she was always, like, almost begging us to fight. So that's the two things. They've sowed doubts that, and now people think Nozomi is a traitor, but there's also there is a traitor. So there is a traitor, and everyone believes it's Nozomi. Except for Kako and Ima, it seems, like us, who believe it's someone who could harvest the cryptoglobin from someone else. Right? So that's the two things. There is a traitor, and everyone believes that a traitor is Nozomi, apart from a few people maybe. And that's where we're leaving this off. Thank you guys so much for watching this episode. I think this is a lot here. So, like, please give me your opinion on some stuff here as well. It's actually, like, very interesting to hear from you guys as well about all this stuff. I love reading the comment section of the series because it actually is, like, a lot, always very interesting. Always, like, there's a lot to take in every episode. So it's good to have a conversation with you guys as well about this stuff too, you know? So I'll say thank you so much to Never Gonna Pay the Big Gangster on Patreon, that being Typhar2, Jamie Bolt, Johnny the Banana, The Ghost of Inazuma, Felicious Felix, Yuled, Radish and Usta, Jeff Travelix, Marky, Assassin, True Peanut Butter, Peter Shelson, Heck, Leon, Hikesperian, Jared Beanham, and the highest tier of my YouTube members, Blasco and Royal Gamer 7. I'll see you guys so soon. Bye bye.